who is doing a lot of work both in access and improving quality of healthcare. And maybe we'll move to the next question there. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, there.
sir, here, sir. Here I
Yeah.
am.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Sir, in case of Ayushman Bharat, getting which comes under SEC data 2011. Okay, we are also giving some successful data that this much of population has been covered under this. Okay, my question is that in which way the Ayushman Bharat will address the forest dwellers or the tribal belt who reside much far from the district headquarters because the big hospital is not there. Okay, so this is my question. In which way the Ayushman Bharat will target or address their problems?
Okay. So if I understood correctly, what you are saying is the people are in the far-flung areas, how is Ayushman Bharat going to impact them, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's not just the question of Ayushman Bharat. It's the entire accessibility and equity issue over here, and which need to be really looked into very carefully. Ayushman Bharat, what it is doing, it is primarily getting hospitals, existing hospitals on board, whether it's a public or private. Now the question is whether the access is there even in those areas or not. Now who can bring access? First, there has to be a hospital in place or a facility in place which can provide those services. Only two players can bring, either public or private. Now, is the ecosystem ready to make, and probably I'll request some of the private sector colleagues over here to answer whether to really motivate and make sure to facilitate that the private sector goes in that area. If not, government has to really invest over there. That's other thing which you need to understand over here. And I think Parag mentioned and everyone mentioned in the morning, if we really able to work on our preventive side since beginning, which really doesn't require hospitals, it requires a lot of other behavioral health related intervention, but it doesn't really require hospitals. If we are able to really invest in that component very effectively since beginning, since early days, probably we can also prevent some of the hospitals. So it's a multi-pronged issue. It's not just limited to Ayushman Bharat. It is beyond that. And looking at the Ayushman Bharat coverage, it's a long way that we peg everything on Ayushman Bharat. So probably we have to look at the public healthcare delivery system and the private delivery system as well.
Only one point which I'd like to add. Ayushman Bharat, we are looking only at the eyes of hospitals at the moment. The second aspect of Ayushman Bharat, government plans to start 150,000 health and wellness centers across the country. And as Lancet study points out, primary care will become so important, and if we start focusing on primary care, we'll be able to create much more impact. So let's see the phase 2 of Ayushman Bharat, which will help to improve the access.